Well, good evening, everyone. Hey, it is Shooter Scott Henderson. Welcome to Swing Trade Notes. Of course, at the end of our presentation, please do review our disclosures. I think we have some decent earnings this week. Let me just jump right and take a look at that. I'm tempted to chase Palo Alto, but I should have done it last week. Don't know why I didn't, but didn't see it until today. So now I do like Medtronics. I don't have, there's a decent setup there, but I didn't post it. Also think I like Toll, SQM. Emerson had some significant flow. So I might change my mind Monday if we come out strong and we hold up. We have another uptrend day, then I might be willing to chase a little bit more. Then we have Wednesday, we have Target, and there was a huge amount of FOMO on those as well. Then we have Snowflake and Wolf. Now, Wolf actually hit my watch list. Didn't actually set up the position in notes, but it's there. I also like Canva. I really do. Then we have Workday on Thursday. Now, I saved that for Swing Trade members, posted it in chat. Obviously, you guys will find out from there. Then we have Intuit, Advanced Auto Part. Now, that should be, auto sales came back, and auto parts is always a lagger there because sometimes people, maybe went shop for a car, couldn't get one, so now they got to fix the one they got. So that could be a big factor. But taking a look at how we did last week, I only really had one decent trade on. Ended up landing pretty well with AMD for the week. Hush, Roscoe. All right, so key events this week. We have Waller speaking at 9:15 Monday. U.S. Economic indicators are expected for July at 10. Tuesday, we have Bostic at 2:45. We have Barr. Wednesday, we have the Fed minutes, FOMC minutes. Now, the last two meetings, they haven't been market moving, but the one prior to that, it did. So sort of a mixed bag for me. There's initial jobless claims on Thursday, S&P U.S. services, PMI. Then we have existing home sales at 10. And Friday, we have Powell speaking at Jackson Hole. Now, that may be market move. And then we have new home sales for July on Friday. Now, I expect that to continue to decline. All right, so let's jump into it. My first victim, Merck, okay? By the way, I'm sure you guys will notice my new format in the article. Just went a little bit more in depth. Artificial intelligence helped me get there in the same amount of time. So we're just providing a more detailed analysis, which obviously I think is a good thing. Now, our entry here, I've started trying to label just a little bit. So anything above this 14.6 fib is an entry for me. So I want to push higher. I'd like volume closer to this level, but it's just starting to turn green. We closed below that 111.51 on a daily. On any of those I'm at. All right. Breakout line I've got at 117.30. So that's where I would add. Now I'm looking at 115 calls on the initial entry off of that 14.6, and then looking at 120 calls thereafter. Swing target is 122.68. I think it does well into that look here. Now FedEx, we've already had earnings on this. I like the breadth of this candle, sort of that that push. So if I close below 279.15, I'd be out. Entry, I'm looking right at the off number here. So 285.73, about 30 cents higher than we are. Break above 287.88, that's where I would add. So October 300 calls. You could go tighter. The reason I went with 300 calls was the dollar figure for the block, because I'm trying to really manage those in a tight box, because I find when I manage around $500 a contract, I end up 20% higher for the week if I just organize my trades that way. So target is 293.88. And then Caesars. Now, ironically, just at summer end, we should have some kind of reporting of how the season started. So I like a little bit lower. We got a 3 here and then a back test. It'll probably push with solid earnings the first of the week. So it's sort of a mixed bag. We're at 37.05 and I'm on 36.83. So am I really going to bicker about 20 cents? No, I'm going to scale it. That's what I'm going to do. And if we get that push in a back test, then I'll just save a piece to add there. So stop on a close below 34.66. So I like the December 40 calls because they don't have November. You could also do the October 37 calls, but I'm in this trade. I'm in it to get paid. My return is, about 30% less buying the 37 calls versus the 40s if my swing target gets hit at 40 cents. So that was my rationale. Okay, looking at PDD Holdings. Now, this has caught my radar a couple of times. Now, I like 50% of the candle, but I don't know that we get it with this euphoria that's here. So here again. Now, in this scenario, I'm talking 75 cents. So again, scale in. Don't be greedy. Stop on a close below 145.02, which is the off number of the prior candle. Now, you notice on my swings, I vary with the stops because I want something there. You know, hey, the off numbers are good spots, or the low of the candle or the low of the prior candle, depending on the range. I don't really want to give this thing more than $3 because then I'm going to be down a good 50% on the trade. I don't want to do that. I want to stay right in the tight, if I'm right and the trade works, I should not see a drawdown more than 20 or 30% of the trade. However, that doesn't always happen with market conditions, and you have to judge it based on the FOMO and everything else going on. So you have to make a call. I like the October 155 calls and plan to add October 160, 165 calls above that 152.99. So I'm trying to swing this from 148 to 164. All right. So keep that in mind. Well, that's what I have for this week, folks. Great trading. Until next time.